Most frightening circumstance of my life, in view of the level, the degree of influence that we had it, might have gone downright horrendous. It wasn't enormous on the grounds that he didn't be able to spend on his cash Craig Mack. That lost the mark who his wee dark burglarize didn't be able to burn through none of his cash that was I need to get today. We're jumping into the contorted story of Diddy, the amazing music portable. You might know him from his famous record mark, Terrible Kid Records, and his luxurious way of life. Yet hang on close since murmurs of trickiness and mysteries are whirling around him. And now is the right time to spill the tea. And it just took my breath away. Greetings everybody, and welcome back to Celeb Live channel. And we got insiders venturing into the spotlight, uncovering a tradition of monetary control that will make your jaw drop, craftsmen like Mace 112. And the locks who've had their reasonable portion of diagram beating levels under Terrible Kid Records have been communicating their disappointment about how their well-deserved cash has been dealt with. Rumors from far and wide suggest that Diddy owes millions in neglected eminences and profit. Could you at any point accept it Mace once, however, the beans guaranteeing that Diddy paid him a miserable 20,000 bucks for collections that sold large number of espressos sunshine burglary people. And that was all there was to it. Be straightforward with it. And he can't be straightforward with it, yet stand by. There's additional. The situation starts to get interesting as we uncover disclosures from quite possibly of the main insider. In all honesty, Diddy's previous protector quality arrangement he has within Scoop and has been doling out some serious soil on the tycoon. Have you must utilized it and made millions off of it to assist him with being a very rich person. And afterward he going to give them back with nothing. In the tank quality arrangement has been revealing insight into the clouded side of Diddy's realm, laying out a disheartening picture where specialists' legitimate income disappeared immediately and inexplicably, assuming Gene spills or anything to go by. Diddy has been playing grimy in the background, leaving specialists stranded while he relaxes in the style and glitz presently. How about we continue on toward the most recent demonstration in this stupendous show? Well, the world is enamored by the confusion encompassing Diddy's monetary trickeries. He's been endeavoring to move the spotlight somewhere else. He's turned on the appeal hostile, taking part in obvious demonstrations of generosity and noble cause liberality. Is the situation that he has been making getting gifts left and right like a cool $1,000,000 each for Jackson State College, and the procure your requirements digital broadcast discuss causing wallets to drain with consideration? Or is there something else to it? So he need to look great going into it, since right now in the public's eye, he don't look that great. Brother guileful insiders who like to remain anonymous smell something off-putting. They guarantee that Diddy's new demonstrations of kindness are essential for a determined system. He's attempting to covering himself against the back conflict and keep it clean as a whistle picture. While the monetary tempest seethes on the universe of big-name Wharf can genuinely be a landmark who you don't believe is certified. You think Puffy is simply doing it for his picture. Yet the thing is, did he having a blameworthy outlook on? We should rewind and plunge into his excursion from the energetic roads of Harlem to the stunning corridors Beverly Slopes scene brushes. Academy created a domain that is turned into the staff of both jealousy and debate, fabricating Awful Kid Records. In 1993, did he sort a distinction marking craftsmen who might rule the graphs overall, yet in the background, a dull underside hid underneath Terrible Kid's flashing veneer. Specialists began raising their voices, blaming Diddy for stashing their well-deserved cash, as opposed to coating their own pockets. And I say he's hallucinating. He said that Awful Kid will be recalled like fair and square of Motown distributing privileges have for quite some time been a rewarding income stream for performers, yet they have likewise turned into a quarrelsome milestone, loaded up with stories of double dealing and monetary conflicts. One craftsman who has transparently voiced his discontent with his legally binding entrapments is Mace, who was once a sparkling star on Awful Kid Records, taking to virtual entertainment. Mace blamed Diddy for offering him a measly $2 million for his important distributing privileges, a total that could not hope to compare to what his list is genuinely worth the effort's not dark greatness he purchased by distributing for around $20,000. And presently you need to offer me $2 million in real money. That is not right, Mace proclaimed, pointing his finger straightforwardly at Diddy's supposed manipulative strategies. Mace isn't the only one in that frame of mind of Diddy's treatment of specialists' monetary issues. Another craftsman who has had a high-profile aftermath with a hip bounce big shot is youthful Ja in a new meeting. Youthful Jock uncovers that he laments marking a contact with Diddy right off the bat in his vocation, guaranteeing that it restricted his artistic liberty and obstructed his monetary development. I felt like he was denying me of my chance to truly get around here and make the sort of cash I ought to have caused. Youthful reported, yet it's not laid out specialists who to have voiced their disappointment with Diddy. Rising star Lizzo, whose profession required off under Day's direction, has likewise stood in opposition to her experience working with him. While she recognizes the meaning of his mentorship, Lizzo has scrutinized the absence of straightforwardness in her monetary dealings with the magnate. I really buckled down, and my work was esteemed way, not as much as what it ought to have been. Lizzo expressed in a meeting, revealing insight into the waiting worries encompassing Diddy's strategic policies. The narratives of Lil' Kim and Confidence Evans, two specialists whose vocations prospered during their time under the care of Diddy, further highlight the monetary questions that have tormented the terrible Kid Records domain. Both Lil' Kim and Confidence Evans have had their reasonable part of public fights with a name, with disagreements regarding sovereignties and freedoms obfuscating their associations with Diddy. He's platitude, "We terrible kid." We know it's awful kid you in the consistently astonishing universe of music. The unforgiving the truth is that influence elements frequently win, leaving weak craftsmen helpless before persuasive figures. Diddy, with his broad reach and impact, has wound up in a position where he can shake vocations, yet in addition purportedly exploit the ability he sustains. The charm of distinction can dazzle hopeful specialists, making them disregard vital advances, like looking for lawful direction prior to marking gets that might bear durable outcomes. While the music business keeps on flourishing with its marvelousness and fabulousness, underneath the surface lies a hazier story of double dealing and discontent. The stories of craftsmen like Mace, youthful athlete Lizzo, Lil' Kim, and Confidence Evans act as an obvious wake-up call that progress in this vicious industry frequently includes some significant downfalls as hopeful specialists explore their direction through the deceptive waters of the music business. It is fundamental that they stay cautious and do whatever it may take to safeguard their creativity and monetary prosperity. Unadulterated hypothesis. I know that is totally false. Big deal. And have no cash come. It would be deficient for me to conjecture. I would simply be like every other person. Her race-claimed conduct is entirely expected in the music business. As a matter of fact, it mirrors a bigger issue of veracity that plagued numerous craftsmen have approached with comparative objections, communicating their disappointment and feeling duped under various names. The enticement of moment achievement and the charm of a breathtaking way of life have baited innumerable craftsmen into pursuing deplorable choices. The results of this eagerness-driven mindset go past cash. It influences the actual soul of a craftsman. Monetary flimsiness, welcomed on by feeling looted, combined with a feeling of disloyalty, has negatively affected the psychological prosperity of numerous craftsmen. It's normal to hear accounts of sorrow, substance misuse, and surprisingly, sad endings in the music world. Feeling objectified and disposed of doesn't just damage one's wallet, it harms one's soul. In addition, it meaningfully affects families, networks, and fans. I've seen the media sell out me like I'm a hoodlum, which is simply not the case. The present standing as a music big shot might in any case stand. However, discussions like these cast a sad remnant of uncertainty. As the expressing goes, with their smoke, there's much of the time discharge, And it appears to be that dissatisfaction has been fermenting underneath the surface for quite a while with Diddy, as well as with different craftsmen under comparative conditions. When craftsmen have command over their lords, they secure higher incomes, as well as hold the ability to shield the quintessence of their work from business, weakening in the present computerized age. Possessing distributing freedoms has become much more important, guaranteeing that specialists completely receive the benefits of their diligent effort. My life is in some cases you need to truly go with that choice in your stomach. Is Diddy's new showcase of liberality and altruism a deterrent?